Welcome to Pensacola Martial Arts, and I'm Shane Francis, and today we're going to talk about starting a self-defense program. When people come in and they say, I want to start a self-defense program, the first question I always ask is, okay, why? What brings you in today? So usually the answer is either someone was, they were scared by something, maybe there was a crime committed in the neighborhood, or maybe they themselves had somebody rob them or threaten them, or something happened that is the impetus for them to come in and start to look for help. The other reason people come in sometimes is they were maybe in a martial art when they were younger, they miss it, want to get back involved with it. That's a possible reason. And then another reason that they might come in is because they've changed jobs, or they've moved from a safe working environment to a different job that's maybe not as safe, where they're having to leave work late. They maybe became a manager and they're having to stay late and they're the last person to leave. And then usually the fourth reason would be something along the lines of you may have been recently divorced, or your spouse passed away, or for some reason you've become the primary security person for your family. Well, that's how people normally wind up in a school. So the next thing that we look at when somebody comes in to start a self-defense program is, are you able to fully participate? So for example, what is your age and fitness level? The next thing you might want to consider is prior disabilities or injuries. So if you've had a knee surgery or a back surgery or shoulder surgery, then you have to consider that before you start a program. And then the third and final thing you want to consider when you start a new self-defense program as far as the ability to participate is, how much time do you have to commit? Are you going to go to 1 class a week or 2 classes a week, 4 classes a week? How often you go is going to determine how fast you learn. If you do a self-defense class on a Saturday, you're going to probably pick up a couple of things that will help you, maybe get you out of a tight spot. But if you really want a self-defense program that's going to work long-term, you're going to have to commit some time to it, and it's going to have to become part of your life, part of who you are. Just like you go to the gym in the morning to stay fit or in shape, you eat certain kinds of foods that are healthier than maybe some of the junk foods you could eat. You have to make a permanent change if you really want to decide that that's going to be part of your life. So that brings us to the next thing is, what type of skills do you want to learn? Are you coming in because you want to learn basic self-defense skills for dealing with people, maybe punching, pushing, potentially something, maybe you're being bullied at school and somebody's picking on you and you just don't know what to do about that? That's one potential reason. Maybe your job, maybe your law enforcement or your military or your security job, where you're going to have to deal with people and you may not have all the tools of law enforcement. So if you're a police officer, you've got a radio, a backup, handguns, tasers, pepper spray, and a lot of different things. But if you're a security guard working for a private company, they may limit what you can use. So those are some things you might want to consider. And then finally, do you want to consider more dynamic techniques, like dealing with people with baseball bats, clubs, knives, handguns, multiple attackers? So those type of skills are going to be harder to learn, they take longer, and they're also more dangerous as far as the training goes. So those are some things you have to consider if you're looking at starting a self-defense program. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you like this one, come back for video 2, which is choosing a school that's right for you. So hit the like and subscribe button, and we'll see you then.